Okay, so I was saying, just keep packing your bowl until you get it full, and then you can proceed to light your pipe. But let me back up for a second, because if it's a corn cob, I wouldn't say you don't really have. I would say you don't have to really break in your pipe. You can just load up a full bowl the first time, smoke away. But if it's it's like a briar pipe or whatever, any kind of wooden pipe or briar pipe, I would say you should break it in. It's recommended. I think you should. What that means, breaking in your pipe, that means the first time you don't put a full bowl of tobacco in there. You just go maybe a quarter of the way, maybe a third of the way, and then you just keep going up, like maybe 3 or 4 smokes. You work your way up. Start at maybe like a quarter or a third, and go up to maybe half. Maybe the third smoke would be like halfway. Fourth, maybe 3/4. Then you can go ahead and put a full bowl next time. And what that does is it builds up some carbon cake, and it helps protect the walls of the pipe, and it won't burn the walls of the bowl, basically. It's about to go out again, sorry. Sorry, I had to get rid of some ash. Which brings me to my next topic. Okay, let's say you've already packed your pipe, you got it all ready to go. You're going to have to light it more than one time to get it going. Your first light, they call it the char light, which you just kind of char the tobacco on the top. It kind of gets things ready, get started. Let me take my glove off so you can see this better. But when you're lighting, you don't just keep the flame in one place. Kind of go around in circles so you can kind of get all the tobacco on the surface while you're puffing in, you're sucking in air like this. So that's the first time your char light, and then it's just going to go out. It's not going to stay lit. So what you do at that point is you get your tamp tool or whatever substitute you might be using, and you just kind of lightly, kind of medium pressure, just tamp down the ash, kind of get it good and flat. Then you'll do it again. You'll light it again. And depending on how you do it, you might have to do it 2 times, you might have to do it 3 times. I usually light 3 times. So I'll pack it down maybe a little bit harder the second time. And third time you light it's pretty much good to go. And now my last topic, after I actually realized this, this is not staying lit too well today, I don't know why. Could be the weather, could be the way I packed it, I don't know. A lot of variables. Okay, so anyway. After you get it lit, good and lit, and you're good and going, smoking, just keep on smoking until you get probably about halfway, maybe a little less than halfway down the bowl. Now this is what I do. Some people might do it differently. This is what works for me, and it's what I like. Excuse me, it's what I like. So once you get about halfway down the bowl, maybe a little bit less, you're going to see just a lot of white ash in there. And it should be pretty kind of loose, or fairly loose, if it all burnt well, if it all burnt evenly. What I'll do then, see, this is like a 3-part tool. I'll take the middle part, and I'll just kind of poke around, kind of around the edges, you know, just kind of loosen up all that ash. And then I'll just turn it upside down, just kind of knock it a couple times like that, you know, on the ground. And all that ash is just going to fall out. But the rest of your tobacco is going to stay in there because you packed it. All the ash, all the burnt ash is just going to fall out. So that way, you're not packing all that ash down there with your tamp tool and smoking it, and you know, you're tasting all that bitter ash and everything. So I think some people will use their temp tool the whole time and just pack all the ash down, but I don't see any point in doing that. If you think about it, it's almost like a cigar, right? Okay, with a cigar, you get that tip on the end of ash that you've already smoked. It's just a, you know, white ash tip, whatever you want to call it. Once it gets long enough, you just tap it and it falls right off. You don't pack the ash onto the end of your cigar, do you? No, you let it fall off. So why not do the same thing with a pipe? Once you get about halfway down, maybe a little bit less, you kind of loosen it up a little bit, just tap it out, the ash falls out, so you're not smoking all that, or not tasting all that burnt ash. Makes sense to me, and it works. I like it, so